It's the B. Tatum Show. Just flexing on him real quick.
It's the B. Tatum Show. It's the B. Tatum. It's the B. Tatum Show. It's the B. Tatum. It's the B. Tatum Show. It's the B. Tatum. It's the B. Tatum Show.
It's the B. Tatum. Wait for y'all to get in here. What's up? How y'all doing? I always start too quick, man. I gotta let people get in there.
It's the B. Tatum Show.
It's the B. Tatum. My boy Levesta made this beat. It's pretty tight.
It's the B. Tatum Show. It's the B. Tatum. It's the B. Tatum Show.
Oh. It's the B. Tatum. It's the B. Tatum.
It's the B. Tatum.
All right, what's up, y'all? What's up? I'm live once again. You know, eventually I'm gonna have a call-in line. I'm gonna try to set that up sometime soon where y'all can call in and talk trash. And if people disagree with me, I would love a disagreement dialogue with anybody. The funny thing is people can't see what I see now, but I'm looking at my energy drink labels that are officially done, and I'm excited. Our energy drink is coming along. It's gonna be the most fire energy drink ever known to man. However, you got to wait to see it. I can't disclose it. Maybe we could tease you. Maybe we'll tease people that's on the Tatum squad. Maybe we'll tease the Tatum squad. Judge Joe Brown exposed Kamala Harris on Kwame's live stream. Thank you for the super chat. Hey, let's talk about Kamala Harris real quick. In the spirit of me saying or putting on the title of this video that, you know, it's not just a long weekend. I know that we believe this and we understand the gravity of sacrifice, but I think it was incredibly insensitive, malicious for Kamala Harris to come out and say that have a long weekend. Some people would say Brandon Tatum and you right-wing nuts are just always mad about something. That was a conscious decision by Kamala Harris to intentionally divert from the true meaning of the holiday weekend, right? The fact that, I mean, the spitting in the face of men and women who have sacrificed their lives. They're put 6 feet deep underground to make sure that we have the freedoms to be 6 feet above the ground. And you have the gall to say have a long weekend when the weekend being 1 day longer for people who are not self-employed, for the weekend being 1 day longer has no significance other than the fact of Memorial Day, a holiday in which we celebrate those who have lost their lives to keep us safe and to preserve freedom in America, in foreign lands, that some people wouldn't even have the gall to Google search, and for a vice president to say that in a tweet, it's crazy to me. I don't understand how people don't see that. Even if you voted for them, she's a dirty, nasty, I want to say more things, but I want to keep it family friendly. She's not a good person. At least she's not doing good things. I don't know who she is as a person. Kamala Harris could be, she probably is a good person, and she putting on the front. I don't know. All I know is the things that she do and what she represents is not good. It's anti-American. I don't care what side of the spectrum you find yourself landing on, but if you live in America, you should appreciate America. You should appreciate the freedoms that are afforded to you here that do not exist in other places. The upward mobility that you have here that you don't have anywhere else. The American dream that's a actual reality here that will be brainwashed into your soul as a nightmare somewhere else. I don't care what political party you're a part of. America is the greatest country ever to exist. It's the greatest country. And if you find a country that's better than America, you have the right in America to move there and forfeit your citizenship and go move to these places that you think are euphoria. Is it euphoria? Utopia? One of these terms that people like to use. Go find that place and go move there. Go find that place. In the spirit of sacrifice and what we've seen from our men and women who serve consistently without regard for their own lives, but for the betterment of our country, beyond that, when you look at America and you look at the American haters, another element that they try to enforce on our psyche is that America is racist. And I'm here to tell you, I don't care how many times I say this, I don't care how many times you come online, America, the United States of America is not a racist country. The United States of America is not systemically racist. There's no systemic racism in America. There's no system in place, and you call that systematic racism. But systemic, there's no rudimentary evidence of things perpetuating or that are perpetuated in our country that are racist. You name me one thing. The criminal justice system. Name me a judge that's racist, and we get rid of them. Just like that. Boom, it's gone. But you can't name a judge because there is no judge that you can point out that's obviously racist or that does racist things. Now, disproportionality and racism are two different things, ladies and gentlemen. Because there's a disproportionality that occurs in the criminal justice system when it regards to black people, does not mean that there's racism. Because black people do disproportionate things that yields disproportionate results. If you want to say a prejudice that exists is good-looking privilege. If you somehow are a good-looking person, you get privileges that other people don't get. We were at a restaurant. I forget the name of the restaurant. I think it's called Zinc or something like that. One of the best restaurants, my favorite restaurant. One of my favorite restaurants. Every waitress in there and hostess is a good-looking person. Waitress, waiters, hostess, host, or whatever you want to call them. I don't want to be misgendering people. But everybody's good-looking. The men are put together. They look reasonable. And the women are good-looking. They look reasonable. Why don't they hire ugly, overweight people? Because there's a privilege in you being fit and you being what do you say, nice to look at. We'll say that. And I don't think, whether or not I agree with that sentiment or not, whether I think it's right or not, it's truth. It's the truth. Show me a news anchor that's, you can look at all these news anchors. You go around the country, look at, they are women-wise, some of the most beautiful women you will see are news anchors and whatever, people that, reporters and stuff like that. Why? Because people will sell or buy things or pay attention to people who look beautiful. All you got to do is go to Instagram. Women that are, I wouldn't trust my enemy dating some of these women. They got an Instagram of 100 to 400, 2 million, and because they look good. It ain't got nothing to do with their character or nothing else, because they look good. And a lot of them don't have no clothes on. And that just draw people even more. All right, let me get some of these super chats real quick. Let's see. Lord, thank you so much for joining the Tatum squad. Back from deployment. Glad to you doing well. Glad to see you doing well. This was a long 4 months underwater. Well, thank you for your service and appreciate your sacrifice that you make. Jared, Have a great Memorial Day, Mr. Tatum, with family and friends. You rock. I appreciate it. Jennifer, did you see the Blues Clues LGBT parade crap? I think I seen that. I think I saw that. Let me look it up so if y'all didn't see it, so you could see it. This Blues Clues cartoon had a parade. Let me tell you. We finna get into this. Cartoon. You know, this right here, I'm gonna show y'all real quick if the page will load properly. This looks weird. I don't know why it looks like that. Oh, they got an ad at the top of the page. Okay, so I'm just gonna go on this real quick. Hold on one second. Let me find this article. I thought it was absolutely atrocious and disgusting. I literally want to throw up in my mouth and scream at the same time. When you see that people are doing stuff like this, brainwashing your kids, and people say, "Oh, Brandon, you are homophobic," or whatever they say, whatever they want to say. But when you see this, what in the is going on here? Adults understand what we're seeing here. We understand what we're seeing here. Little kids may see this as a woman, an actual woman, with big curly hair, and she got a little fist in her hand. Kids probably don't know what that is, but they'll see a big curly hair woman in beautiful colors, and everybody's having a good time. However, adults understand that this is a man dressed like a woman, and they're creating propaganda. And I think this is a kid with two mamas or something that they were saying. They probably got the video right here. Let's watch the video. I got to exit full screen so we can watch the video. Hold on. Let's watch the video of the brainwashing that they're trying to do to your kids. It won't play it full screen, so don't worry about it. We'll just do it just like this. Cause I ain't got time to be playing with this thing. So let's play the video.
Hey Blue, look at all these families. Hi families. It's time for a pride parade.
You know, this is just disgusting. When I think about this as a cross-dressing trans queen or whatever they call them. It's disgusting to me that this is what I'm looking at right here. And they're pushing this to little kids.
Families marching one by one, hurrah, hurrah. Families marching one by one, hurrah, hurrah. This family has two mommies.
Okay, there you go. There you go. You just messed up. Why? Why? This family has two mommies. Okay.
Love each other so proudly, and they all go marching in the big parade. Families marching two by two, hurrah, hurrah. Families marching two by two, hurrah, hurrah. This family has two daddies, they love each other so proudly.
Why? Why? What like I don't understand why there has to be a pride. And I want you guys to realize this too. Is that if these were, first of all, nobody cares what you do at your family. Nobody cares, man. Everybody's out here trying to grind and make sure they make a living. Nobody cares if you got two dudes in your house and you call them their daddies and two moms. Nobody cares. What is the percentage of families that are two daddies and whatever they call it, which is not true. You only got one daddy. I want everybody to remember that. Even if that joke is a no good, dirty, shameful individual, you only got one daddy. These other people, they can fill in for your father, but you got one daddy. Because you know what? If something happened to you, only one man got your DNA, and that is your daddy. Anyway, there's no such thing as two daddies and two mamas. You got a mama, or you adopted parents, or whatever you want to call it. You can call them your mama, but biologically, you only got one mama, one daddy in this world. Two, because when you start blurring the line, that's when people get confused about genders and all this other. Don't blur the line. You got one mama, one daddy, but these people represent as your parents if your parents have died, if they've walked away from your life, or whatever the case may be. But this is being pushed to kids for a reason, because children shouldn't even care if they got two daddies and two mamas. Children shouldn't care. And if you go to one of these parades, and I'll look it up when they have one, I'll see it. It's a bunch of sexual immorality is what I see. There could be people there that's just having a good time. But you always see nasty people with thongs and dudes dressed. It's all sexualized. It's sexualized. Why can't it just be y'all being happy for what you're doing? Why does it have to be sexualized? Why does it have to be thongs? Why can't you have pride and dress normal? Why you gotta be thongs, bikinis, cross-dress, and you don't cross-dress on your regular time. You cross-dress when you go to this thing. You turn into a drag queen, and that's not even who you are, but you turn into it to go to this thing. I mean, you create division by doing stupid stuff like this. Let's see what else he got.
And they all go march, all go stand by three, hurrah, hurrah. These papas are non-binaries.
Non-binary.
They love each other so proudly. Families marching 4 by 4, hurrah.
Let's see what this one is.
Hurrah. Trans members of this family.
Oh,
The big family. Some people choose their family. They love each other. They all go hurrah. Families marching 7 by 7. Hurrah, hurrah. All families are made differently. They love each other so hurrah. Celebrate so proudly, and they all.
I can't keep watching this, but anyway, y'all gonna make me have a stroke looking at that stupid stuff. But I think, as a Christian man, I just think this is a trick of the enemy to brainwash and manipulate the sexuality of people so they're confused. It's confusion. And it's in America, fortunately for some people, if they want to do this, you can do whatever you want to do. Just stop forcing people to accept what you do. I don't understand. In America, if you want to be a promiscuous straight male and you want to smash and dash every weekend, nobody's going to stop you. You're grown. Nobody cares. That's like somebody coming out and they having a straight pride parade and saying, I have multiple partners or whatever, and I'm married to 15 women, and I'm like, bruh, really, nobody cares. Why do, and I wouldn't care if people were just going out and doing their parades or whatever. No. They manipulate and extort companies to accept Pride Month. Me and my wife was in the mall, and we were walking by this business, and they had a pride flag there. And it's like, why? 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 Propaganda. And it just eats me alive with the propaganda. Just go on about your business and do what you got to do, man. Why do you got to make everybody accept you? No, but it's okay that people don't accept you. That's fine. You choose to live that lifestyle. You choose the consequences that come with that lifestyle. If you a guy who can't be faithful to women, you don't be mad if people judge you. Anyway, I'm not gonna keep going down this path. I'm not gonna keep going this path. Racism in America is false. It's false. There are some people who are racist. There will be people who are racist until Jesus come back. There were people who were prejudiced and potentially racist even in the scriptures. You're never going to have a world where people don't feel some type of way. Where does racism come from? It comes from real life prejudice that happens because people's experiences with others. I would argue that racism isn't just somebody's born and they like, oh, you know what? I don't like that person because they're black or white or tanned. It's because we have in our country have grouped people together So people see, and their first exposure of a white person is this type of white person. And they begin to build a prejudice saying, I don't like white people. I don't like this person who's white. Therefore, I don't like white people. And then it becomes a racist mantra. Same thing with black people. You go somewhere and they all hood rats, and when they fighting in a restaurant, and you just and people build a prejudice based on an exposure, which leads to racism. So it's not that people are just waking up one day and I say I hate this person because of their race. In our country, black people were slaves, and many other people were slaves. However, black people were slaves. There was a fight to free black people from slavery, half of our country, because the other half was free. So it was a fight to push to free black people from slavery. Once they became free, you have a class of a lot of people who were uneducated, and there was fear of retaliation in the unknown. So white people stayed to themselves and black people stayed to themselves. However, white people had power and black people didn't at the time. So a lot of white people used that fear and prejudice to alienate black people because they didn't want to deal with them, or they had an unnecessarily prejudiced idea of them, which created what we call racism. Those things are real issues that happen. And now in 2021, we don't have that. We don't really have that on a massive level. Most people get along. Most people just get along fine. Republicans, conservatives get along just fine. I was in the mall and people recognize me when I'm out, like a little celebrity or something. People recognize me. Hey, B. Tatum, and just so you know, if you see me out, come say what's up to me. I'm not gonna be mad at all, no matter where I'm at. Come say what's up. We'll take a picture or whatever. If you want to take a picture of me, you want to shake my hand, you want to say what's up, you want to just shoot the deuces. What's up, B. Tatum? I'm not a person that act like I'm too good to say hi to people. I say hi to everybody that ever speak to me, and I take pictures with anybody anytime if they want to take a picture with me. So I've been about 5 or 6 people recognize me in the mall, and they were of different colors. Black guy came up to me. A white lady came up to me. A Hispanic lady came up to me. A white pastor and his wife came up to me. A white guy at a jewelry store recognized me. He was a guard there. He was doing security. Like, all type of people recognize me. Now, one of us care about no race. We agree. We support one another. In our world, there is no racism. There's good people and bad people. In the leftist utopia, there's racism. It's already, everybody's looking at everybody with a crooked eye. It's crazy to me. It's crazy to me. I just don't understand how. I don't understand how we still talking about this in our country. Like, we're so past racism. Like, they tried to do an interview with a guy named Tatum, right? His name is Jayson Tatum. And I'm gonna show y'all this clip. I wish I had it prepared, but I'm gonna prepare it now. Jayson Tatum, racism. Oops, I spelled it wrong. The girl tries to interview Jayson Tatum, and she's just pushing racism. She's just pushing racism. I think it is. She's trying to get him to say that there's racism and he's experienced racism. I want y'all to see Jayson Tatum. I don't know if he's my cousin or not. There's no family connection as far as I know, but he kind of looked like a lot of my cousins. We could probably be family members to some degree. But these white people, these white liberals, they are just the scum of the earth to me in their behaviors. Let's check out what he said. Oops. Play.
So much more. Take a
All right. So I show y'all a little clip of him.
You certainly have a chance to make a statement tonight. What do you expect from tonight's game?
I like to see Tatum on the back of jersey. It just looks cool. You know, my name on the back of jersey looks cool.
I'm excited, you know, being back in the Garden in front of our fans, in front of our home crowd for Game 3. There's nothing like playing a playoff game.
That's all they should be talking about is basketball.
In TD Garden, so.
Week with fans harassing players or their families, and Kyrie Irving came out this week and said he hopes that tonight he doesn't hear any racist comments from.
Oh my God! You know they had to go there. Kyrie didn't want to hear racist comments about. Why you guys are the enemy of the people. Just pushing. Listen to what he said. She brought up the Kyrie Irving thing, and then listen how she tries to push him into expanding on racism.
The fans of Boston, what did you think when you heard Kyrie say that?
You know, you just hope that, you know, obviously everyone is expected to act a certain way, whether if you're on the court and you're supposed to be a fan, you know, cheer for your prospective teams or, you know, say what you want to say in a competitive manner. You know, you can't cross any lines. You know, I kind of understood what he was saying is about just trying to keep it about basketball. And I think most people should understand it, you know, what he was talking about, just with the nature of everything that's kind of happened in the last couple of days.
Marcus Smart.
So he gave a good response. Said, hey, man, be respectful, players and people in the audience. That should be fine for her. But it's not. Because the brother, she want him to say racism is pertinent in our country and white people always harming us, black people all the time. But listen to her follow-up question.
Was asked if he had ever heard any racist comments from fans in Boston. His quote was, I've heard a couple things. It's hard to hear and then have those same fans support us as players. He said it's kind of sad and sickening. Have you ever heard anything like that from the fans in Boston?
I can't say that I personally have, you know, towards me. But
okay, there you go. Stop asking the brother about racism. Every black man ain't. See, this is the thing that his teammate, or now Kyrie Irving, I don't know if Kyrie Irving played for them or not, but they were saying that Boston fans were saying racist stuff. A black man on the Boston or played Boston against the Boston Celtics have all these racist comments and people are racist in the community in the audience, and the same another black man on the team haven't heard anything about racism. Let me tell y'all something about this. This is just B. Tatum one-on-one, and this is my theology. I can't unequivocally prove this because I'm not in everybody's life. I think 80% of black men's claims of racism are either complete lies or a gesture of a false narrative that they project on other people. Either a complete 80% complete lie, meaning they make it up, or it's a gesture that they feel is appropriate to make as they are projecting this on other people, meaning that they're not doing it, they're projecting it. They believe that they're doing it and they ain't done nothing to these people. 80% of black people do this. I have had a racist comment, or at least a real person who was a racist person. I've been exposed to one person, two people in my life that said something, three people that have said something racist to me in my life. Two, I believe, were saying it just to make me mad because I was a cop and they want to say something to make me mad. Are they racist? I don't know. One guy was proclaimed white supremacist and he didn't want a black person coming to his call. He said it. He was open about it. And then my friend, the officer that was with me, ripped his up and down to the point where I almost hugged him at the end of it because he was scalding that dude for being racist against me. And he white and I'm black. Okay. So, but all of these other situations, don't let black people fool you. All of these other situations, they're making it up. They're making it up. They've never had no racist cop pull them over. They've never had it. It never happened. But they say it happened because it sounds good to lament to things like that or to, you know, make a statement that you think it'll put you in a victim class. Oh, yeah, I dealt with racism. I dealt with racism. And then maybe 20% of people actually are exposed to somebody who say something racist to them. Maybe 20%, maybe. And I'm being as generous as I can. If I had to look at my life, I was 99.9% wrong about perceived racism in my own life. I used to think white people was always out to get me. People follow me through a store. I get pulled over by a cop. I'm like, he put me over because I'm black. And as I grew up and realized it was all projection. I had no real evidence that people were doing anything against me. I projected it because it was something that was in me. So 99% of my encounters that I thought were racist growing up weren't racist at all. And I'm trying to be nice by saying 80%. It could be 99%. I just have seen so many people just lie. And then when you call them on the carpet, and I'm not saying, and I hope nobody think I'm talking about Jayson Tatum. I actually like the guy. And his name is Tatum, so we probably kinfolk. So I'm not talking about him. I'm talking about the whole scenario here. But there are people who make these statements and they know they lying. And the same thing happened with women too. Women who don't get abused, but they say they got abused. Because I don't know, for whatever reason, God knows why people have to be a part of something that they never really was a part of. It was a lady at a pool party that we were at. My friend Adrian and he was DJing at the pool party. I normally go there. I'm sitting behind the booth hanging out with him at a pool party. Most of the women out there are nasty and ratchet, but I go to support him DJing. We up there. We around only the people we know now. It's me, his girlfriend, her sister, and another girl, and probably and two other girls. We just talking we sitting at a table just chopping it up. I think Kavanaugh came up. The girl says, I know because I was raped before. And I say, okay. See, when I was a cop and I dealt with people all the time lying, and I know when somebody lie, I can tell when somebody's lying or being disingenuous immediately by their facial expression, body language, and the way they say it and when they say it. She said it, and I instantaneously was like, Or I forget which way it went. She either said it first or we were talking about a guy I played football with, and she claimed that the guy raped her. So she started out saying he raped me in Cabo or something, a dude that I play football with. And I'm like, okay. This don't sound, my spidey senses, it don't sound right. It don't sound right. By the end of the conversation, her best friend from when she was 5 years old is sitting next to her. By the end of the conversation, she ended up getting called out by her best friend because her best friend said, I've been knowing you since you were 5 and you never told me. I'm your best friend from 5 years old. You never told me about somebody raping you. And she go, oh, I never told anybody. Or something she said. She didn't call the police. She didn't tell nobody. Then she went from that saying, he roofied me, and so I don't remember. Then she went from that to saying, he was roofied and I was roofied. We both got roofied and we both don't remember. Well, she said, no, she said he got roofied, not her. So she said she got roofied. Then she was like, no, he did. And she remembered. That's why he don't remember. And then she was like, no, she think both of them got roofied. So they both don't remember. So if you ask him, he not going to remember what happened. And she don't really remember the details. So they both are victims of somebody roofing them, and she claimed she was raped at first. And then it come to find out, she say, well, I feel sorry for him because he didn't have a choice in that. And I'm like, well, if you were roofing and he was roofing, how do you remember? Well, I'm like, lady, you didn't have to make up a scenario. You didn't have to make the scenario up about a man and I think it came out, and then I told her I went to school with him. So that's when she started changing her story. But anyway, either way it goes, she lied. She said she was flat out raped. Then it came down that they both were roofied by somebody else, and it was consensual, and she don't remember. It's like, you ask a black person, have you ever been racially profiled by police? God is my witness. I have never had a person I have never heard of a black person who was really racially profiled by police. Never. I have never had a real racial encounter proven by a black person that have told me that they were racially targeted. You ask them, they go, yeah, I was pulled. Yeah, they pulled me on for no reason. And you say, okay, they pulled you up for no reason. Explain the scenario. Like, what happened? Like, where were you at? Well, the officer said, you keep talking to him. The officer said I was going 20 over the speed limit. Okay. So they didn't pull you over for just no reason. The officer gave you a reason why they pulled you over. And you're telling me you disagree with the reason. At what point was it because you were black? And I'm going to tell you this. Somebody in my family did this, and I'm not going to say who it is. Somebody in my family did the same thing. They posted online, all the white folks always out to get me. They in my car. They ain't finna find nothing in my car, right? They post a picture of the cops searching the car. And I know this person, and I know they smoke weed all day. I know they're always high when I see them. Well, most of the time they're high when I see them. I know they smoking weed, not wearing seatbelts. They do it all. Now, on the back end, I heard, it may not be true, I don't know, but I heard that they ended up getting arrested that night for possession of marijuana. Didn't put that on social media, but behind the scenes, that's being said. Oh, that's what happened. But in the social media, they pulled me over, racist white crackers, pulled me over for no reason. And I'm telling you, I was at a party. I was at my friend's wedding, my friend Mike's wedding. He had a dude there. Let me tell you this, and I'm not gonna say his name because it's irrelevant. He had a dude there who was he was promiscuous, to say the least. He had girls on. I don't know why people's daughters do this. He got girls on TikTok sending him pictures and showing us. Look, I got this, calling them bees and everything. I called on the phone while we at the wedding, at the dance before we went out. B, send me these pictures right now. B, what I say? B, you better have it sent to me. Hung up. Girl sent the pictures. He picks up some girls when we were out. We went back to the hotel. I didn't have a hotel, so I said, let me stay with you. You got 2 beds, right? I was poor at the time, so I couldn't afford a hotel. I would have to drive back that night, and I had been drinking, so I said, look, can I crash at your hotel? So I'm asleep. They want to party and go out. He brings a girl back to the hotel. And I'm like, look, that's the price you pay for staying with somebody. I can't say, if I don't like, I got to get up and walk out. Well, anyway, I hear him in the bathroom, and the girl is like, no, I don't want to be here. Let me out of here. I don't want to be in the bath. And I'm like, God, all I wanted to do was sleep so I could go home. I don't want to have to beat this dude up because he's trying to hold a girl in a room where I'm in. So they in the bathroom arguing, and I'm kind of waking up, and I'm like, I'm gonna have to swing on this dude, man. You ain't finna do that while I'm in here. Get me caught up in this. So she's like, and then she started yelling at him, let me out. And I'm like, oh, I gotta get up. So she ended up, before I could get up out of the bed, he ended up letting her out. She walked down the hallway or whatever, leaves. He tell me some scenario how they did something in the I guess consensually in the elevator. However, let me say this because I think it's important, because I want young women to stop doing this. However, as nasty as he was, the girl still got in the Uber. As nasty as he was in the Uber, she still came to his hotel room. And then obviously he did that. I would have had to intervene if he wouldn't have done the right thing before I got out of bed. Anyway, this same person is at the wedding and said, "No, bro, I got took in the alley and I got beat. That they beat me for no reason in the alley." Okay, tell me more. After you talk to him, all of a sudden he deserved it. He said he deserved it. Well, I did deserve it, man. I don't like them disrespect. I'm like, first it was police brutality. You're a victim of police brutality as a black man in America. Then you claim you deserve it. Then you admit that you were resisting arrest and fighting the police officers. Like he initially said they took him in the alley and beat him up for no reason. Like they just took him in the alley and beat him up. Then it was, I was resisting arrest and they fought me. It's like 90. I said 80. Maybe I should bump my number up. I'm trying to be generous. I'm trying to not to be so radical. But I have never heard of a black man who've actually had the scenario where they were abused by somebody racially. Never. Jussie Smollett, somebody said in the comment section, all complete lie. Bubba Dummy, Bubba Smollett. It was a noose in the garage of the complete lie. All kinds of people lying about their interactions and encounters with cops in a racist sense. And I think people should realize that. I never believe people on face value, ever. Nobody, ever. I never believed anybody. After being a police officer, I have realized that there's always two sides to a story. And somebody can be wrong in this situation. There's not always two rights or whatever. Somebody could be wrong, but there's always two sides to the story. And you need to hear both sides before you believe somebody unequivocally. Because if a person was racially charged and arrested by a racial police officer, you always ask them, well, did you do anything about it? What did you do? Did you file a complaint? You know, what's the complaint number? Let me look up the complaint number and see the complaint that you filed. Let me read what you said, and then I will believe your scenario. Other than that, bro, you could make it up. You could just completely lie. Like most people do. They just completely lie. Make it up. I was beat up by the – what's the case report number? What's the case report number? Like Tim Scott. Now, I don't know if Tim Scott is – I don't know if he's lying or not. Well, I got pulled over 19 times when I was a senator or whatever. Did you file any complaints on any of this? It's 20, it doesn't matter, bro. Cell phones been around since I was in middle school. Did you record any of these encounters, Tim Scott? He may have. But I didn't hear him say that when he made the statement that he was getting pulled over all the time for no reason, just because he's black. You didn't record any of these encounters? Now, none of them, you clearly didn't die from none of them or get beat. So they either let you go or gave you a ticket. You either fought it in court or you just paid the fine, and you didn't get none of this on camera. At 18 times you've been pulled over for no reason. It's not real. It's not real, ladies and gentlemen. It's not real. Let me give you a scenario. Cops are not just pulling people over because they're black. And has it happened? Yes. Somebody somewhere has done it. Typically, if you're pulling over a black man, you're probably pulling over a black man in a black community, because black people typically live around black people and white people typically live around white people. That's why you have black on black violence and white on white violence. Obviously, black people commit black on black violence at higher rates than white people commit violence against each other. Typically, people live in groups with each other. We still are partially segregated in many ways. So if you're pulling a black man over, typically you're pulling a black man over in a black neighborhood. So tell me how they just pulling a black man over just because he's black. Anybody they pull over on the south side of Chicago is probably black, or a majority of the people they can pull over is black anyway. So why did they pull you over, black man, and then pull the other black man over? Because you blacker than him? No, that's not true. They making it up. They get pulled over for real stuff, and they just don't agree with it. They don't like the fact that the officer spent his time pulling him over for speeding or having expired tags or whatever the case may be. Look at Philando Castile. He was killed. They pulled him over for a legitimate reason. He had been pulled over 40-some times. The other kid that got shot accidentally. The lady was pulled out a gun instead of the taser and shot him. He was pulled over legally, legitimately. Cops are not trying to pull you over because you black, because being black doesn't necessarily mean that you got dope on you. And cops don't want to waste their time with you, Mr. Goody Two-Shoe black man that ain't got nothing wrong, when they got a plethora of people who are thugging. When I was in the streets, you don't really profile people. You profile situations. You may profile vehicles. You don't profile persons. You don't really profile persons. You see a person driving a nice car that looks like the tags are good, everything's good. You won't waste your time running that license plate unless that vehicle is out of place, meaning that you've never seen that vehicle before and it's driving down a known drug dealing street, and you're like, okay, you got a nice Mercedes and you're driving down the street that they're selling dope in. I've never seen this vehicle before. Then I'm going to run your plate. If you clean, you good. I'm at least try to figure out what's going on. That's what I get paid to do. That's what I get paid to do. And if you break the law, I will pull you over. And yeah, of course, I'm going to follow you. I want to pull you over to figure out what's going on. And if you don't commit any traffic violations, I'm not going to pull you over, and I'm not going to waste my time following you too much longer than this street, I'm gone. You know why? Because there's 400 people driving through the streets right now with crack on them, dope on them, warrants, Nobody's worried about you just because you black. It's not just because you black syndrome. It's because what are you doing that catches the eye of a police officer? There is one cop per every 1,000 people. And that's a police department that's stacked. Maybe 2 cops for every 1,000 is up. I don't know if there's a police department like that anymore. 1 cop per every 1,000 people. Most cops are busy doing stuff throughout the day on a call or whatever the case may be. So then that leaves 1 officer to patrol and have access to all these people on the roadway. And there's something that you do that stands out. Your vehicle, not you as a person, but your car. You're driving down the street in what we know as a known drug dealer car. Okay, we're going to run your plate. Because you know what? 90% of the time, registration is expired. Tags are out. Warrants. Drugs. It's 99% of the people that drive a car like this have this. You don't have to be racist because a Mexican can drive this car, a black man or a white man can drive the same car. It's the culture that you see that make you curious. It don't make you pull people over because you can't pull nobody over for no reason. Because you pull a person over for no reason, you find dope is not admissible in the court of law. You just lost all that dope for nothing when you could just follow a person till they commit a traffic violation. That's all you got to do. And that's what police officers' job is to do, is to catch people who doing crimes. If we just sat back and said, I'm not gonna pull people over. I mean, I'm just gonna. But how you gonna pull people over? You gotta navigate the system. You got thousands of people driving on the roadway. You gotta say, okay, oh, that car. Yep, look at him looking at me. He looking at me. I saw him. Or you see somebody and they try not to look at you. You're like, oh, okay. Well, I'm gonna run this plate. Okay, they good. All right. Let me follow him a little bit. Let's see what he hit. Oh, okay. He look like he's going to a regular place. He not the dude going to the freeway. That's fine. Let me turn around. Just driving along. Ooh, he just cut that car off. Oh, they good. Ain't nothing going. I don't have time to pull his car over. It's more stuff that I want to catch. He just did a illegal, didn't change the lane without a signal. That's fine. Oh, he's speeding. Oh, let me go see what he doing. Why is he speeding? You drive up, run a plate. Ding, 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 ding. Oh, this car fled from police last week. And then, Eunice copy, vehicle fled from police. 2 Item 11-7 is following a vehicle southbound on Stone Road or Stone or whatever. And then there we go. That's how you find. That's how things happen. You're not just like black man, black man, black man, black man. Because what happened if everybody black? No, you go for the dude that's riding like this. And then he look at you and you're like, oh, okay, I'm gonna run them plates. Oh, he clean. He clean. He clean. He clean. He clean. His behaviors are odd, but he's clean. Just go on to the next person. All you gotta do is drive for 2 or 3 more seconds, and you'll see somebody coming, and they trying to put down a blunt. You like, oh, I saw you. You just had a blunt in your mouth. Okay. Pull it up. Pull them over. Sir, you have your license and registration. You hear the odor of marijuana just coming. And then that's how things happen. If you're a law-abiding citizen riding along and the cops see you and maybe I've never seen this car in the area. Run your plates. Ding, 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 ding. They see all your stuff and they're like, okay. This looks reasonable. Okay, all this stuff is registered. Okay, fine. And, or if you ran a red light and they pull you over and you're a law-abiding citizen, ma'am, may I see your license and registration? Do you know why I pulled you over? Well, because I don't know. Well, you ran the red light right back there. It's incredibly dangerous to run red lights. I mean, you got to pay attention. People die all year from running red lights. And do you have a family? And she'll say, yes, I have a family. Well, just think about it. When you're driving through an intersection, slow down, pay attention. It would be incredibly sad if you lost your life at an intersection because you weren't paying attention. All right, I'll be back. Thank you for your registration. I'll be back. Just stay tight. Calm down. Unless you want it for murder, you have nothing to worry about, man. I'll be back. And I'll go to the car and be like, I don't have time to be going to court with this lady or whatever the case. I'm going to write her a warning. She seemed remorseful. Write her a warning. Here you go. I'll come back to the car all serious, ma'am. I'm going to give you a warning. And I already knew I was going to give her warning when I pulled over. But I have to make her, you have to educate people and make them know that what they're doing is serious. But you know you ain't finna get no ticket. You know what I'm saying? It's like, I don't know. It's crazy. Anyway, let me do you have a Cash App, Tatum, so you get more of the profit? I got a Cash App. I don't know. Let me see. I got all kind of stuff. You can donate through the donation link. It's a Venmo link. I got a Cash App. What is my Cash App? Hey, let me do a test real quick. I want to do a test with y'all while y'all on here. And I got this brother up here. Let me do a test with y'all while I got y'all on here. I want, if you can, because I want to try this out because I want to start doing text messaging. And if you're interested in being a part of the text alert, the Tatum text alert, I want you to text to this number real quick. If you're interested. If you're not interested, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. So if you're interested in being a part of the Tatum text alert, I'm going to try this out. Tatum text alert. Text Tatum to 53445. Tatum to 53445. Text Tatum to 53445. And then you'll get linked up to the Tatum alerts. And then when I have merch, when I have speaking events, when I have stuff, and we can pick it to wherever you live. So if you're a part of the Tatum text alerts and I'm doing a event in your city, we can categorize the people in that city and we'll send you a text alert where say Brandon Tatum will be in your city next month. Or Brandon Tatum will be in your city next month. Here's a way to buy the tickets. Or Brandon Tatum's doing a book signing in your city. Or here's a new video from Brandon Tatum. Or whatever. If you're interested, that's an option. You can also download my app. I have an app, the Officer Tatum app. You can download the app if you don't have a phone number, you don't want to do the text thing. We're trying to incorporate sending notifications via the app as well. Also, we got brand new merch on the Officer Tatum store, which is fire. It took me a good amount of time to design this stuff. So if you're interested, I'm gonna show it to you. Officer Tatum store.com. I'll show you some of this stuff just real quick. I'm pretty proud of it. That's why I'm showing you. I'm proud of it, okay? Cops Over Criminals. This shirt is fire. People have been buying them up. They're going to sell out. They look good. We got a whole bunch of inventory of it, so hopefully we don't sell out too soon. But Police Lives Matter, I like this one because I think that we should be going around repping law enforcement. Like we need to fight them back and say, you know what? No, I'm going to rep Police Lives Matter. Their lives matter. You want to say Black Lives Matter? Police Lives Matter. And, so we got this shirt, and then Cops Over Criminals is one of my favorite. We got another shirt that's coming out. Jesus is Lord is my favorite. Christ Privilege is one of my favorites. We got another definition shirt like Christ Privilege, but it says police officer. I'm going to launch that. Maybe I'll launch it tomorrow for Memorial Day. Launch it, and then maybe we'll do some proceeds. But right here, boom. If you're interested, go get it now. If you use the discount code COPS, you'll get a discount 20 or 25%. I think it's 20%. You'll get a discount on these, on anything on the store, on anything. We only got 100 books left, so if you want a signed copy of my book, you can still use the discount code if you want to. A signed copy of my book, we only got 100 left. Once it hit 100, that'll be 2,000 books I have to sign. I'm stopping it at 2,000 books. So if you want a signed copy, jump on it now. You can use the discount code for it if you want to. Also, let me say this real quick. Military discounts. So if you in the military, so this looks like on my thing. So if you're in the military, you're a first responder, teacher, student, senior citizen, which they consider 55 and older as senior, a commercial driver, meaning a CDL driver or a truck driver. If you are in any of these categories, you get a discount on my store. You get a discount on my store. So all the people who are cops, firefighters, nurses, your teachers, students, y'all all get discounts on my store. So if you do that, make sure you click on that thing and get your discount. And it's a discount for life. Once you log in and you get your stuff there, you have the discount forever. Okay, perfect. I've said a few of those things. Make sure y'all, if you're interested in joining the Tatum Squad, join the Tatum Squad. We're going to end up putting everybody on a social media platform that's a part of Tatum Squad. It's a social media platform, Tatum Social, just for Tatum Squad people. It's gonna be like people keep saying Discord. Discord banned me from Discord. I don't know why. They banned my Discord. So I created my own social media platform just for people who are on Tatum Squad. I can open it up to the public, but I don't want to do that. I only want Tatum Squad people to be a part of it. If you want to be a part of the Tatum Squad, social media platform, by all means, make sure you join Tatum Squad. Also, you can wait till the Tatum Squad social media launch, and then you can join it that way. However, if you join it this way, you'll get grandfathered in to the first tier. I believe that's how we're doing it. So let me answer a couple of these super chats, and I wish people can call in. You know what? I'm going to do this. Maybe I shouldn't do it. Maybe I should. Maybe I shouldn't. I'm trying to give you a number. I have a business line number that I don't use, that I give people that I want to have my real number, but it's actually on my phone. Maybe I won't do it. I want people to call in, man. I want to talk to people. I want people to be able to articulate things that they want to say. But I don't want to get spammed and scammed and people calling me every day, and I don't want to end up that to end up happening. Let's see. Kamala Harris is Indian and it's Jamaican me crazy. In denial. In denial. And it's Jamaican me crazy. She's in denial. Indian, it's a play on the words. Y'all can't see it because it's on this screen. America is so great, even gangsters love being in it. I was watching YouTube videos from Garland and Gotti Boys don't like illegal immigrants. Gangland and Gotti Boys don't like illegal immigrants. Lost too many brothers in Iraq and Afghanistan. Thanks for speaking on the true meaning of Memorial Day. I appreciate it. You seen grandmother calls out Minneapolis community for lack of outrage after shooting of children. You maybe heard of it. It's on YouTube. Yeah, I saw that. It was a lady who was had enough, or whatever. Her some kids getting killed, but BLM ain't never gonna show up. If you want to see defund the police, is really like go watch RoboCop. That's funny. There even a protest fist on the microphone. Yeah, I saw that. It's so stupid. These people. I wish they had another country these people can go live in by themselves. Let's see. We need groomer law to stop the sexualization of our children. I've been trying to get a law made and passed to protect our children. They're going too far. 100%. They've gone way too far. Let's see. Black on black violence. Don't get me wrong. I hate thugs and gang behavior, but my point is that even they hate it. Love your channel. Keep up the good work. 100%. I don't know no real people who gang members, who thugs, gangsters, who love that lifestyle. I mean, they say they do, but at the end of the day, bro, when you go to prison, it ain't fun. Michelle, thanks so much for the super chat. The truth, that's true. But if I were to hate every group of people based on the color of a person screwing me over, I'd be lonely mother effer. I agree. I think that was back to the comment I made earlier. Like Morgan Freeman, to end racism, stop mentioning people's race. Just call them by their name. 100%. Michelle, thanks so much for the super chat. Jeremy, thank you for the super chat. Thank you, Brandon Tatum, for everything you do every day. I appreciate it. Jeremy, thank you for joining the Tatum Squad. Let's see. Topic. Yeah, they always make it seem like all cops are bad, but do not have a clue of what they face out there. They're not out there. 100,000%. I'm going to say this real quick. Just real quick. Just call ins before you do it. Tatum, we can set up a training time. Okay, me and my team will work on call-ins first before we do it, because I don't want to get out of control and be. But I know ABL be doing call-ins and it's so cool, and I'll be like, dang, I want to be like ABL one day. Let's see. Women who claim they are victims of rape remind me of Nicole Arbor. Oh, always playing the victim. Oh, ooh, that's a low one. That's a low one. But it's true. It's true. Some people just love to play the victim. I don't know why. They just have to be a victim. Jonathan, thank you so much for the super chat. Shady, thanks so much for the super chat. Ashley Babbitt deserves justice, not like criminal Floyd. 100%. Text squad works. Oh, y'all got the text? All right, we'll see. We'll start incorporating that text thing. Don't forget to check out, this is Aiken. What's this? What did it say? Akintunde or Akintunde TV, AK News Nation. He makes videos on all the cities that defund police and how crime is rising there. Okay, cool. I'll check it out. Mr. Anderson, this is just a shout out. I love your videos and I love seeing you and Cannon's on show. I hope to see you on there on a regular. Me too. Keep doing what you're doing. I appreciate it. Can you send a prayer to all the conservatives and law enforcement upstate New York fighting against the communism and wokeism in our state? Thank you, Tatum. Yeah, I will, Ty. I appreciate it. Let's see. Here's an idea you can have. Red, white, blue, lives matter. We're all American, baby. Shout out from Buckeye, Arizona. All right, shout out, man. Cars Nation. Let's see. When a police national database comes out and all that, you will see more cops are criminals than you think. Cops break laws a lot and get it hidden. So, have you ever been a police officer? This is what I like to say to people that say that. There may be cops that commit crimes or whatever. It happens. We fire people for doing it. It's rare, but it happens. However, when people make statements like, it should be more cops committing crime, like, I don't understand. Like, people are misled by what goes on in the police department. The most misunderstood profession ever created by God is policing. I don't understand. Like, let me give y'all a scenario real quick. I'm just gonna walk you through a scenario of like a typical police officer. You have this desire in you to want to be a police officer, or whatever the case may be. Your family members are police officers. You feel compelled to be a police officer, so you apply. The application process is grueling. It's a long process. 42 pages I had to fill out for an application for a police department position. I had to take a written and a physical examination. That's just, and then they did a background check. That they called everybody I lived next to, everybody I knew, my family members, and the people close to me. They had to call and interview everybody. My people I work for, everything. You get past all of that crap, and they finally give you a contingent job offer, and you go to the police academy. You go through all that crap. They beat you up. They run you down. You got to fight. You got to train. You got to run. You got to do push-ups. They smoke you. You got to learn the law. You learn how to shoot, learn how to drive. You got to learn all of these things. You learn criminal law. You learn the Constitution. They fearmonger you into believing that if you do anything wrong, you're going to hell. You do anything wrong in the police department, you are going to get fired. You're going to go to jail. I mean, they brainwash you into not wanting to do anything wrong. Ever. You don't want to go to prison. You don't want to get sued civilly. All of this is a part of the academy. They brainwash you into integrity. And I think you got to have integrity already when you join, because during the process, I forgot to mention, before you go to the academy, you got to do a psychological evaluation, which is a 1,000-question test that you can't cheat. That's why it's 1,000 questions, because they ask you all these questions 100 different ways, and they're able to use a psychologist to review your results to see if you're mentally stable enough to be a police officer. Then you have to meet with a psychologist, and you have to do a polygraph test. So once you get to that point, then you got to still make it through the academy. We have to take tests in the academy every week that you know all the laws. You have to study. I mean, it was difficult, man. It was hard. You had to study. They wouldn't even give you a study guide. Like, we had to come together to try to create study guides. We had to study together. You fail 3 tests, you out. You out of the academy. You had to take 16 tests. Then when you finally get your badge, you feel so rewarded. You feel so grateful and thankful. You have been already brainwashed into believing that you have to be perfect, that the community you are serving the world, your family reputation, the department reputation is on you. You don't damage the badge. They just grill you. You get that badge, you proud of it. I was proud when I got my badge. I'm official. After going through that whole stupid academy, and I don't think it's stupid, it's necessary, but man, when I was finally official, you know how bad I wanted. And then when you first start, you're a probationary officer. So you could get fired for anything. You don't have a job. They tell you don't buy nothing while you're on probation because they can fire you for anything. You get in a fight, somebody make a complaint, they can fire you. They'll fire you. They'll fire your ashy butt. And you finally get a badge. And you finally gonna go to the streets after looking at doing the scenarios and all the fake stuff. You finally gonna go to real stuff in real life. And you go to field training. And it is the most intimidating thing you could ever do is go to field training. Because now you are a cop. You have a uniform. You put on a badge. You have to shine your boots every day. Your boots shine, uniform straight. Your wrinkles are out. You show up to the police department. You now riding it, and you don't know what you're doing. You don't know what you're doing. The world is so big to you. Policing is so hard. Like, you got to, we can use GPS. We could use no GPS in field training. You had to remember 100 blocks. You had to remember all the 10 codes. 10-2, 10-3, 10-4, 10-8, 10-7, 10-53, 10-52, 10-51, 10-18, 10-84, 10-18. You got to remember all of this stuff. What's a 10-31? I still remember this stuff. I ain't been a cop in a while. What's a 10-31? Domestic violence. All of this stuff. You got to remember clearance codes. What's a 101? What's a 102? What's 103? What's 1700? What's 1802? 1801. You got to remember all of this stuff. And you got to worry about your life. You're driving down the street for the first time as a real cop. I remember making my first arrest. I was nervous. I was like, dang, this is real. And I remember the first day on duty, he took me to a house where a man was dead for 2 weeks. I had never seen a dead body like that before. It was stinking, rotten. He was stiff. I ain't never forget. We go in the house. It was like, what? And then they go, well, you got to put him in the body bag. We do that? We put people in the body bag? Put your gloves on, rookie. You got to help the OME put him in the body bag. They only bring one OME person, so you got to help him. And that was protocol. It wasn't just because I was a rookie. It was that I was a rookie and he wasn't going to put him in there. And I saw the man arm stiff, and the dude bent his arm like this. He's like, he's dead. He don't feel it. And I was like, oh, man. He said, well, he may pop. Y'all don't know what that means. He said he may pop. Just be careful. I'm like, wait. What you mean pop? Like, wait a minute. No, come on. Get his arms. I ain't never seen nothing like that before. Then, day 2, a guy shot another guy in the head. And I get to the scene, I see the guy laying in the thing. He's still alive. He's dying. It's like, damn, I never seen anything like this before. I'm still new. I haven't been exposed to this stuff. So it's challenging, man. It ain't like somebody out here, I'm going to go and defraud black people. I mean, Dad, you're just trying to make it. You're just trying to make it without getting fired, especially when you're a rookie. And you getting exposed to stuff, and you can't be a punk. You got to look at that dude shot in the head and suck it up. And, all right, I saw that. Let me take pictures, case report. Let me interview witnesses. Ain't nobody thinking about racism. You think about black people. And then, you see, it was a lady. She's drunk every week, just nasty, drunk. She defecates on herself. She ended up dying, but she's just nasty. They took me over there. She's sitting in front of the Circle K. They're like, get her off the property. We had to put that nasty woman, and I literally was gagging. We had to put her in the back of the police car and drive her home. and we had the windows down with our head out. Can't even breathe. You ain't never smelled nothing like that before. But you citizens out here, not y'all because y'all perfect. I'm talking about these naysayers that sit around on video games all day. You have never been exposed to these things. People's brains hanging out, fatal traffic accidents where people semi-truck, people under cars, jumping off of buildings. You know when somebody jump off a building on 11th story, that don't look good when they hit the ground. And you don't know because you at home. Police officers have to go and respond to that and see the person who jumped off the 11th floor and hit the ground. And you got to put them in a body bag. You have to assist OME. You have to take pictures of this person like this. You got to, hey, dang, that's pretty bad. You got to see kids who have lost their lives in many different ways. People who have got stabbed, the face hanging open like this because they got stabbed up. Like, come on, man. Y'all don't know what police officers really do on a day-to-day basis. And I know I had to go on that tangent, but police officers commit crimes more than, yeah, there's some idiots out there. Some idiots out there. But for the most part, even the idiots save more lives than naysayers do. Even the bad cops save more people's lives than Joe Schmo them out here thugging and or activists. It's crazy to me, man. It's crazy to me. It's no way I can express to people what police officers go through that the public have no idea about. The amount of stress, the amount of turmoil. Every day somebody's boyfriend beat her up, her eyes bleeding. You like, how do you compose yourself without beating this guy to death? Like, it's crazy. People raping people. Like, you know, y'all don't understand this. When somebody's arrested for pedophilia, y'all know what that is? Somebody's arrested for pedophilia. Do you know if there is video evidence of the crime? Who do you think have to verify that actually was a crime? Police officers. The detectives have to watch the video of the incident to verify that there's evidence of a crime. Imagine being in that unit for 15 years or even a year, 30 minutes. You have to watch people abusing children. No, Al Sharpton ain't watching that. Al Sharpton don't know how the young black girls that have been done dirty in the streets. They don't see, you don't see the pain in eyes of people who prostitute, drug addicts, ODing on heroin. You don't see the pain in the people's eyes. Police officers do. You don't. You are watching it play out on TV. You see a number. 45 people OD'd on heroin this month. You see a number on a TV. I see the person who OD'd on the heroin. I see his body. I see foam coming out of his mouth. I see somebody's child laying here lifeless. I see that I'm going to have to call mama and say, are you the mother of so-and-so? Well, ma'am, I'm sorry. He's gone. And I gotta watch mama break down and all on the ground screaming bloody murder because her only son is gone forever and is never coming back. Every day you got to do stuff like this. And like, police officers don't get enough credit. They don't get enough respect. I did this, man. I used to do that stuff. I used to do the stuff you will never see. I saw it. People doing stuff you never think a human would do to another person. I saw it. Imagine a young kid, Cash, the little 4-year-old that was stabbed up and left in the middle of the street. Who do you think responded to that? Like, I don't understand. I do understand because people have no idea, but it's not right that people don't know what happens on the police department. And then you put your life on the line every day. You arrest a guy for drugs, you got to put a mask on, fentanyl, because you inhale fentanyl, you'll die. You get fentanyl on your skin, you'll die. You could die. People got HIV. People are nasty. Nasty. They got AIDS. They got Hep C. They got typhus. They got MRSA. And then they fight you with MRSA all over their face and hands. And you can't just say, I don't want to touch you. Do you got MRSA? You gotta defend yourself. You gotta take this person to jail with MRSA everywhere. And you like, I hope I don't get this. I hope I don't get this stuff on me. I got kids. I never forget a guy I went to the academy with. I think he left the police department to be a lawyer. He was my best friend. He was one of my best friends. I was in his wedding. We went to the academy together. A guy, we was arresting a guy. He spit right in the mouth. It got in his eye, in his mouth. My friend. And he said, hi, I got AIDS. I got Hep C. Hi. Now you sick. Now that guy's going to go to jail, but you can't stop. Now my friend, he just got married. 6 months. He had to go and get tested every 6 months while taking a medication that make you sick to try to prevent him from getting AIDS. So he just got married. We were rookies. Rookies. And he has to worry about whether or not he got AIDS because some lunatic spit in his face. Like, bro. One of the guys I work with was in a car accident and ripped the whole side of his face off. His eyeball came out. His whole face was ripped off. You see him now, his face obviously looked distorted, but he did the sacrifice. My FTO got shot in the head. Thank God he lived, but he got shot in the head after, it was after he was FTOing me. Like, it's real out here, man. It's real. And cops don't get no credit. You just see them over there. You see them on there in the scrimmage line. While leftists is yelling at them. And every cop you see got a story. They got a story. They have a story. They've seen things that are ungodly. They have a story. Every one of them that you see, even Chauvin, every one of them that you see have had to do something heroic in their career. Every one of them. Every one of them you see has seen things that you would never imagine. You can't even imagine it. You would never imagine the stuff that we've seen as police officers. You'd never imagine it. You'll never know. Ever. The kind of evil in our world, you would never know. You see it on the news. We see it every day. 90% of it don't even make the news. Kidnapping, high-speed chases, gunplay, burglaries, robbery, theft, extortion, shootings, murder, hanging, suicide. I'll never forget this veteran. If you got kids, just take them out here right now if you don't want them to hear this. And I remember a veteran, and it's very sad. It's very sad. It was sad. I'd never forget this call. Evergreen Funeral Home. Veteran calls in. He's talking to the line. He's talking to the operator and said, hey, and he's wheelchair bound. His legs are all messed up. Probably something had to do with being in war. He said, hey, I don't want to live anymore. I'm going to end it tonight. I'm paraphrasing. He said, I'm in the Evergreen Cemetery. I'm right here next to this area. I'm done. I'm going to end it. Pow! That's all the operator here. Pow! And she broadcasts us Eunice copy, level 1, suicidal, male veteran on the phone. We heard a pop and the phone hung up. We canvassed the entire grave site, the graveyard, and we see him there in the chair with his American. Woo! with his American flag on his wheelchair. He had 2 big American flags on his wheelchair, gun in his hand, and he shot himself. I'm not going to even talk about what it looked like. That was difficult to deal with. You feel bad for him. The man was a veteran, and that's how he ended his life in a graveyard. I want to say funeral home, but it's a cemetery. I'm just throwing it out there. Like that was hard to digest, man. Y'all, it was hard to watch. You know, it was a guy, his kids found him. You know, I remember kicking in the door and going in there because they haven't heard from him. We kick in the door and he's in the bed. And you're like, dang. Their worst nightmare is real. Their worst nightmare is real. Their dad is gone. And they don't know it yet. We got to go out the house and tell them. You know, the stuff that we see, man, is like, it's pretty gruesome, man. And I'm not going to say, and it happens all the time, man. It's like we cut a guy down from his closet. He was hanging in his closet. I think he was a veteran. We had a SWAT call out. A veteran was so messed up with PTSD that he was low crawling in his backyard with a rifle. And a lot of the guys on the SWAT team were ex-military, man. So it was like, hope you don't have to kill this guy. You know what I mean? And we ended up surrendering, which was great. And he ended up getting his life back together. I saw him at the gas station. You go into these people's houses, the kids got dirt on their feet this thick. Babies in dirty diapers, beer everywhere. You know, kids just in situations that you just can't. Mom and daddy high on meth all day, sleeping, and kids laying on dirty floors. And it's just the stuff you see out here, man. It's like, you can never unsee it. All right, let me move on. A couple super chats, and I want to answer some questions in the chat. I saw some good ones going. Let's see. Anyway, let's see. Card Nation said most cops are great, though. Okay. What's crazy is our own black people are racist themselves. Why you think we have this stop Asian hate ? Each video I tried to find, they were black. 100%. I think we need to address the issue about black culture and the thuggery that go on in the black community. Like we got to start, before we start pointing the finger at white people and racism, and black people need to look in their own mirror. Same thing with each person need to look in the mirror of yourself. And if you find yourself putting yourself in a group, look at your own group first before you start pointing the finger at somebody else. Mr. Anderson and another. Dave Rubin has a social media platform he created. Are you a part of it? Have you been on Dave Rubin's show? One of the few liberals I respect. I don't think he's a liberal. I think he's more libertarian, but I know he have a little platform. I'm not on it because I created my own. So I created my own platform. I firmly believe not all cops are bad. My great uncle was a chief of police and he was a fair man. He was a great cop and he loved his community. Thank you for giving us the real deal always. 100%. Like there's some bad ones out there, man. I work with a couple of them that I want to slap half of the time. However, it's rare, man. Most people are decent. It's a tough job, man. People don't want to see you. You know what I'm saying? It's like the Grim Reaper. Like nobody wants to see you. So that's exactly why police are twisted sometimes. It's not easy, and it's especially difficult to put your hands up and say, I have a mental problem. 100%, man. I mean, I may have some problems from policing. I don't really think I do. I feel fine. But who knows, man? You know, like, I'm paranoid. I'm not gonna lie. I'm more paranoid than normal. I have my AR next to my bed every night. Sometimes I carry it around the house with me. Sometimes, you know, I'm paranoid. I'm always thinking somebody trying to kill me. You know what I'm saying? But that may just be me. But I'm always strapped. That's why, you know, I'm always strapped. So you catch me in the bed, I'm strapped. I got the AR In the bed. I sleep with it in the bed sometimes. I sleep with it in the bed. I'll put it in the bed. And my bed big enough that my wife is over on her side. I will put the AR in the bed with us. Cause I don't want there ain't gonna be no seconds lost. I'm not getting up to grab it. It's in the bed. I sleep with it next to my bed where I can grab it and go. I already loaded, ready to go. I hear bang bang and alarm go off. I'm shooting. The first person I see. So don't find yourself breaking in my house. And you know, sometimes my finger have seizures. So I'm gonna pull it till it's gone. There ain't no chance of you surviving that. No chance. No chance of survival. No, zero. You're not surviving it. Now unless the jam, but I keep it clean so it don't jam. And if it jam, I pull out the handgun that I keep next to my bed. I got them both on deck, man. The rifle is my first choice because I want to put down how many other people come in my house. I got 30 plus rounds. I want to take care of the whole team. And then if I got to go to the handgun, I go to the handgun. I got mags everywhere. I got rifles everywhere. Anywhere in my house, I could access it. Anyway, let me stop. Thank you for Ms. Tatum for teaching us the law of the land. Much blessings and love from the Black conservative. Black conservative Nana here in Las Vegas. Jennifer, thank you so much. I appreciate it. Let's see. Shout out to the veterans, police, and all medical personnel. Have a great memorial. Don't let the trash can left ruin a great holiday. One day left before the worst month begins. Hide your kids. Let's see. People who complain should apply to be police officers. I don't complain because I know I'm not a cop. Plus, I don't know the job. People stop judging cops. 100%. 100%. Mike, thanks so much for Super Chat. Tatum, this group is what kills potential American communism. Also, to believe the only thing imaginable to stop liberal hegemony. I thought I said homogeny, but hegemony is what you put. Depends is Donald Trump. We will fade into tyranny. Read Plato's Republic and research the rise of every fascist regime. I don't even have to know this stuff to know that something ain't right with what's going on in our country. I love smelling cigars. This smells like mocha. It smells so good. It's like soothing to me. How is it possible for the coward to judge the courageous? Nicole, somebody give Nicole a round of applause. Somebody say that they want a cigar too. Let's see. I'm a strict constitutionalist and philosopher. I try to only speak truth. 100%. That's the way everybody should be. Bennett, thanks so much for the super chat. Soggy Frosted Flakes, thank you for the super chat. Claudia Smith, thank you for the super chat. I can't see your super chat. It won't scroll down, which is stupid. Why does it not scroll far as it should? Why does it not scroll far as it should? Anyway, text Tatum to 53443. Let me make sure that number's right. I can't remember nothing. Let me look real quick. I think that's the right number. 445. So text Tatum to 53445 if you want to be a part of the Tatum text alerts. Also, I'm on here. Also visit the store, the Tatum store, if you want to. That screen would actually be good if you could pull the super chats up. But you can't pull the super chats up. But anyway, go to the Officer Tatum store if you want to get some merch. Cops, 20% off. Cops. I forget to bring my pen up here. I got a pen that's a 50 cal. I got a bunch of them that I want to give away. I want to give them away to people. However, I got to get the pen. I got to go down there and get the pen. It's in my son's room. So let me see. Go to the store. Store. Where's my store at? The Officer Tatum store. The Officer Tatum store. So on the Officer Tatum store, right here, boom. Let's see. I'll make it full screen. There you go. I could just do F11, I guess. Right here on the Officer Tatum store, get your merch if you're just joining. Put cops in, get 20% off. You get 20% off everything. We only got 100 books left. If you want 20% off the book, pre-order of the signed copy of the book, you better get it now because when that discount run out, it's out. Let's see. Cops Over Criminals and Police Lives Matter. We got another shirt that I may release tomorrow. It's a cop definition shirt. I may release it tomorrow. I was going to wait a little bit, but like that shirt means so much to me that I wish I had a veteran shirt. That'd be good on Veterans Day, but I don't have one because I wasn't in the military, man. Like a lot of stuff I do is cops, but I could probably come up with some veteran shirts for veterans out there because I do appreciate what you do. Jesus is Lord is our most popular shirt. Make Men Men Again. We got hats. We got flags. We sold out of our masks, I think. We got women's apparel. We got some stuff in the clearance. We got everything you need, man. Our hat collection is pretty cool. Let's see, we sold out of this one. We have these. We just got this one back in stock, and I'm like, 100+ people wanted this hat. And when it went back in stock, for some reason, it didn't notify anybody. So if you were wondering if this hat is back in stock, we moved the T from the middle to the side because it was messing with the stitching. So if you want this hat, get it. The price is $30 plus shipping. You got 20% off. You put in discount code COPS. Or if you're in the military, you get a residual. Or all of these. If you're a first responder, military, student, truck driver, whatever, you get a residual. You get a residual discount. All right. I love this. I love the smell of this cigar. Let's see. I want to answer a couple of the super chat. Not the super chats, but the comments in the comment section. Let me find this. All right. Let's see. Talk about Oprah. I don't know. What did Oprah do? Bought a signed copy already. Can't wait to receive it. Yep. What kind of cigar is that? Just tuned in. It's called a Java. I don't want to give them too much press without them paying me. But for y'all that want to try it out, it's called a Java. It's called Java. It looked like this. Java. It's flavored. See, I smoke cigars. I'm new to cigars, so I just try a few and see if I like them or not. But I'd rather a cigar that smell good and tastes good. I'm not really big on like tobacco taste. I like want to have a flavor. And there's some other cigars, which is going to be like my cigar that I make. I'll probably make my cigars like this, that they have a flavor to them. And if you're not a flavored cigar person, then you don't have to buy my cigars. But I want my cigars to be flavored, and I want them to have some flavor on the end right here. This one have a little flavor on the end. Ooh, it's spicy. I want my cigars to have flavor on the end right here. So when you puff it, you taste it. It tastes good. It smells good. You can smoke it. I wouldn't necessarily say smoke it in the house, but if you did smoke it in the house, it's not gonna have your house smelling too bad. So, it smells so good. I'm gonna go out there and smoke it in a minute. And you know, I'm so bad with cigars. I smoke like this much of the cigar and I'm done. I only smoke this much. It's like when I drink whiskey. I drink 3 sips. That's it. I don't even drink. Like I waste whiskey and cigars all the time. Somebody said they missed the code. The code is COPS. COPS, one word. I guess one word. I guess COPS can only be one word unless you want to put something else in it. But let's see, a couple of questions. Talk about Oprah. That's tobacco spice. It tastes good. Acid brand cigars. Rush Limbaugh smoked cigars. Can Christians smoke weed? That's a good question, man. I don't see nowhere in the Bible where it says you can't, but the Bible does talk about impairment. Like you can't get drunk. That means the reason you can drink alcohol, you just can't get drunk. Why? Because it puts you in a state outside of your normal conscious mind. And this is my opinion. I don't really know. I haven't done the research, but it appears that God don't want you to be outside of your conscious mind. So if you are high and you're in another world, or you're drunk and you're in another world, we all know when people drunk, they make bad mistakes, and they only make those mistakes when they're drunk. I guess maybe it blocks your inhibitions. So, maybe God don't want you to lose that filter. And because people lose that filter and they sleep with people they shouldn't. They talk bad about people. They do stuff and they regret it. The next morning, they regret it. And they stomach hurt and they feeling crazy. So I think that's what God want people to avoid doing. But I don't know, man. Weed seems to be natural, especially if you don't add stuff to it. Maybe you can smoke it, like peyote or whatever. Maybe even shrooms, mushrooms. Like, I don't know. I just try to stay away from that stuff. I really do. I don't ever want to feel like I'm addicted to something. And marijuana can be very addictive. And I have smoked it before. When I was younger, I smoked the marijuana. Cigars and wine, beer, or brandy. I'm gonna have my own stuff. We got the energy drink. I'm gonna have my own cigar line. I already have a line called Tatum Cigars. I'm gonna have my own cigar line. I'm gonna have my own whiskey, wine, gun store. I want to have it all. Maybe later in life I'll do some of these other things. Let's see. Let me get a couple of these super chats in here. Jesus loves you, us, we the people. Let's see, thank y'all for the super chats. I appreciate what you do every day. Never stop. You are leading the way for smart black men on this platform. I love to see intelligent black brothers on here. Yeah, I appreciate it, man. Smart. I like you put the smart one in there. Mason, thank you for the super chat. Communism must be built on the bones of democracy. Someone I can't remember. Dang shame. Matthew 26:52. Then said Jesus unto him, put up again thy sword into his place. For all they that take the sword shall perish with the sword. Let's see. Daniel, get yourself a my father's cigar. The Judge. I'm Cuban, so I got some good cigar advice for you. My father's cigar. The Judge. It's a cigar place I go to up the street. I may buy me a membership. Up there, because you can get access to the cigar lounge for 24 hours a day. I was like, what? 24 hours a day? So when I want to just go smoke a cigar and I don't want to be at the house, I want to go hang out with some buddies and smoke cigars, we can go to the cigar lounge. I might go there. But they got they got the biggest humidifier, humidor, or whatever you want to call it, in the United States, I think, or something like that. Let's see. Muhammad really super wants you to talk about Oprah for some reason. Yeah, I don't know what Oprah did though. Go live on IG and we'll smoke it with you. I know. I ain't gonna lie. I like the IG setup better than I like this one. I ain't gonna lie. Is dip a sin? I don't know. I don't know. I wish you could make a Cops Over Crips shirt, but I don't want any Tatum Squad members getting shot in the streets for repping the truth. I know, right? Authentically Kennedy. Yeah, nah. You have to sign a liability form before I let you buy that shirt from me. Look, I ain't responsible if you go rolling 60s or somebody come smoke you. I ain't responsible. Some people probably don't want to wear that black cops police lives matter. Some people may not want to wear that shirt, but that's gonna trigger a lot of people, especially being black. Like people, I ain't gonna lie, people look at me different because I'm black. Like when they see me with pro Trump stuff, they just like what's going on here? It's like, nah, bro. Like I'm a free thinker. I know Trump is the man. You know what I'm saying? At least the president. I like him. Steve, thanks so much for the $50 super chat. I appreciate it. Shard, you make me want to be a better person. That's great. I appreciate that. But like, if I had police lives matter that look like Black Lives Matter, people gonna be looking at me crazy. But it's like, yep, I think police lives matter. To be honest, if you go, the quality of police officers per capita is probably better than the quality of the black community per capita. I'm just being honest. Like, it is to be a police officer, you have to be above standard. And then you got some dummies within that group, but most people are exceptional. And I don't know about brothers, man. I don't know. I mean, there's a lot of black. Let me say this: there's a lot of black brothers that I know and I love, and I think they're great. There's a lot of black celebrities that I think are great, but there's a lot more that I think are just lost. And it's sad because I feel like when you look at celebrities, black celebrities, I think most of them are lost. There's like 2 or 3 that I'm like Tyler Perry. He seemed like he cool. Denzel Washington seemed like he cool. You know, I'm talking about like real big celebrities. You know, Isaiah Washington obviously is a celebrity that I know. He is cool. All these, you know, so it's a few of them. I be missing people. There's a few of them. They seem cool. But when you just go down the list, all the rest of them, you like, oh my God, they so woke. They just woke. All of them are woke. They can't think for themselves. They vote for The Rock. I mean, The Rock ain't black, but The Rock is like doing videos for Joe Biden. And it's just like, y'all just messed. Y'all ain't right. Y'all whole thing is messed up. Kwame Brown, your thoughts? I don't like all the cussing that Kwame Brown do. I would love to have Kwame Brown on my show. He can't cuss and say the N-word as much as he do on his own channel. So I would love for him to do it. He can come on my channel and keep it straight. I think we'll have a good conversation. I messaged him on Instagram, but you know, he probably get a billion messages a day. I messaged him on Instagram because I'm like, look, bro, you can come on and we'll have a good combo. I think what he's doing is great, man. I love people that's woke. That's like, man, I'm not buying into that bull crap. And that's what he is. Like Charles Barkley is cool. Morgan Freeman seems pretty cool. I don't hear a lot of stuff. I heard a few things that he said. Yeah, The Rock ain't black. I don't think The Rock is black. I think he's like Samoan or something. So it's Tyler Perry's the wokest. Maybe he is. So there's a few brothers out there, man. Somebody said Kwame Brown don't curse enough. Boy, that joke could be cussing. How would you, let's see. How about you go on his channel? Yeah, if he had me on, I'll go on his channel. Brandon, yes, get off YouTube. And YouTube, I ain't gonna lie, YouTube is paying the bills around here, so I ain't gonna just jump off YouTube without having an alternate platform. The Rock is half black. I don't think he's half black. Judge Joe Brown, yeah, I said her. Let me see. Is The Rock black? I don't think he's black. Dwayne Johnson, known as The Rock. Dwayne Douglas Johnson, known as The Rock, was born in California. He is the son of Ada Johnson, born. Her name is crazy long, so she's definitely not American. Professional wrestler Rocky Johnson, born Wade Douglas. Let's see, his father, Canadian. Hold on, I'm confused. His father from Nova is black. Okay, his father is black. Of black Nova Scotian descent. And his mother is Samoan. So, I mean, his father is not African American black. You know. So I don't consider The Rock being black. You know what I'm saying? But of course, if you woke it and woke, then if it benefits you, you become black. So let's see. Thank you so much for telling your and other cops' story, and what you guys deal with is average citizens need to hear it. We do. We do. I'm like, I almost want to get a couple cops together and do like a tour, a cop tour. Me, Mike the Cop, Donut Operator. Donut Operator probably won't. He may not. He a pretty big YouTuber. Like I don't think he got time to do something like that. Donut Operator, me, Mike the Cop, Nate, Sylvester. I'm saying people that they're not cops anymore. It'll be fun. ABL. I used to watch his father wrestle. Yeah. I'm Caribbean black, though. Scootin'. Maybe I said it wrong. My ex looks like The Rock, and I look like J-Lo. That's funny. That's a hard thing to do. Charles Barkley would be an exciting guest on your show. I met Charles Barkley at Sky Harbor in Phoenix, and I told him to call me, but he never called me. Now, of course, the dude is probably the most busiest dude in the world. But yeah, I saw Charles Barkley. He live in Phoenix. So one day, I'm gonna see if Charles Barkley follow me. He probably don't. I know that Marcellus Wiley follow me, which is cool. It's a whole bunch of people purchasing on the store right now. Makes me happy. People love our merch. So y'all get on there and get something if you feel a wild hair. Let's see. All right. Where was I at? Let me see if Charles Barkley followed me on the tubes. I mean on a Barkley. Because there's some celebrities that follow me, and I'm like, really? Maybe he blocked me. I don't even see him on there. Charles Barkley. He where is his real page at? Let's see, Saquon Barkley. Either he blocked me or he's not on here. I don't see Charles Barkley on here. Maybe he ain't even on here no more. Sidney Powell is trending. Yeah, I don't see Charles Barkley on here. Maybe he blocked me. Let's see if Charles on Charles Barkley, he has to have a actual page on social media. Maybe he's not on social media. Because if he is, I doubt he blocked me. Let me see. All right, one more attempt. Let's see if Charles Barkley blocked me. I don't know why he would block me. I like the dude. He may not be on social media. Do y'all know if Charles Barkley on social media? Charles Barkley. Barkley's a simp. Charles Barkley. All right. I think I've talked enough. I love you guys, man. Hey, I appreciate you. Y'all have a good Memorial Day weekend. Tomorrow is Memorial Day. Some of y'all are probably experiencing Memorial Day right now. If it's midnight, y'all have a great Memorial Day. Remember the reason why we do it. It ain't just for barbecue and a day off. It's to remember those who lost their lives, fighting for our freedoms. Scott said he doesn't do social media, which is probably good for him. But anyway, I appreciate you guys. Thank you all for watching the live stream tonight, supporting. Thank you for supporting the store. Thank you for texting Tatum the 53445 to get Tatum text alerts. I'm just trying new things, man, just in case they ban your boy on this thing. I got to find a way to get y'all still connected. So if you text Tatum to 53445, you'll be able to stay in touch with me through text. If you download my app, you'll be able to stay connected through the app. And we can just keep going from there. All right, man. So